there a reason it took 18 years to release a live DVD?
They were just the first people that wanted to do it. Somebody made this guy Ben Levin made a movie, like a Slack documentary.
Yeah.
Which has live footage, but, you know, the people in Austin, Texas at the Flamingo, they just wanted to, they were like, hey, you guys play here every year, you did 2 nights, it was good, we got a good recording of it, let's just put it out. So we were like, cool, they were the first people to just want to do it, you know, so, yeah, you know, sure.
Yeah.
I don't know. Is that adequate?
Yeah.
Right, yeah, go ahead. Sorry. No, very serious.
The whole band are in numerous side projects.
Oh, yeah.
Is that an escape from the band so you can go off and make completely different type of music every time?
Yeah. Who does what? Vic does solo stuff. Dave has a Dave Hilliard Rocksteady 7. Ara plays with Leftover Crack and Star Fucking Hipsters. I have a band called Crazy Baldhead and a DJ and a sound system and all that. You know, Glenn Pine and Marcus do like a Simon and Garfunkel thing. So no, it's cool. Yeah, it's yes an escape, and it's also like the band works at a certain pace, and we have record deals, and the various record companies, you know, they only want to put records out so often, and everyone writes songs, so people have tunes and ideas that if the Slackers, maybe as a band, we're ready for, but if there's no record label ready to put it out at that moment, or it's going to take 6 months or a year to get it all together, people go and do their own thing, and it's definitely healthy because it keeps everyone from wanting to strangle everyone else, and it's like, all right, I can just go disappear, do my own thing, and, you know, and it makes it much more fun to be in the band if you're getting your yayas out somewhere else. You know?
Yeah, definitely. Obviously, the band has a massive influence from reggae and ska, but there's also a lot of other influences within your music as well. Where would you take those influences from?
A lot of people in the band are into there's a few bands that a lot of people in the band are into. Definitely, you know, with Vic, you can obviously hear like Bob Dylan, the Beatles, obviously Glenn Pine, Velvet Underground, like Lou Reed, stuff like that. You hear, you know, influences like Sonics, the Seeds, other psychedelic acts like the Mutants from Brazil. You hear stuff like that in there. And then even like a lot of 70s radio AM, there's like, you know, we do covers like whatever, Three Dog Night, you'll hear a lot of, you know, stuff like that. There's the harmonies, but there's also the rhythm, and the horn stuff. So even though most of the band probably won't admit it, there's definitely some Chicago and like Blood, Sweat and Tears from like early 70s in there. But then people, you know, whatever, I grew up in Queens, I'm way into like the Ramones and all that stuff. Definitely the punk thing, even though we're not a ska punk band by any stretch the imagination, but there's some of that in there, you know, the Clash, Slits, stuff like that. You know, it's in there. And then there's jazz, obviously, Coltrane, you know, Dexter Gordon, stuff like that is definitely in there. You know.
What are you currently listening to at the moment? What's on your tour bus CD player?
Wow, who's everybody? I know Vic. Vic listening to, man? Vic just got a bunch of stuff. Oh man, I'm trying to think. Everyone's just bought a bunch of music, so I'm probably recording. I know myself what I'm listening to. I've been checking out these like Middle Eastern records from like the 60s, early 70s that are kind of traditional Middle Eastern stuff, like Lebanese, Syrian, Egyptian. They're packaged as belly dancer music, but it's actually traditional Middle Eastern stuff, Indian, garage stuff, and then I've been listening to a lot of French stuff for some reason, Jacques Dutronc and like Serge Gainsbourg and stuff like that. But then also like I was buying like some Damned 7-inch and like Sham 69 the other day up in Sheffield. Like I was selling some great shit. So we saw Peter and the Test Tube Babies the other night in Brighton at a pub. So you know, we're way into that shit too. And then the other guys, I could name shit, but it's like everyone's on some, you know, everyone's got their own shit going on. So.
Some pretty mad stuff in there.
Yeah, you gotta blend it. You can't just listen to the same stuff all the time. And, you know, you have to bring in different influences, you know.
Yeah, definitely. Do you have any recommendations at the moment, music-based? Any bands to look out for? Or?
I mean, there's like local bands we play with. I've been liking, I mean, out of England, I really like the King Blues. I like Revelation. I like the Newtown Kings. We're playing right now with the Skints. We played a couple nights with them. They're actually really cool, like hard kind of reggae sound. In the U.S. right now, you might feel Deal's Gone Bad from Chicago. They're like skinhead reggae stuff. Zyda Punks from New Orleans. They're kind of Cajun kind of punk, but definitely they have songs in German and all this crazy shit. They definitely have like accordion and fiddle with like punk and stuff. They're doing cool stuff. Phenomenauts from Oakland. I'm leaving out 100 bands. I'm forgetting the Fourth Rights from New York have a cool like reggae thing going on, but they're not trying to do some like wannabe Jamaican thing. They really have their own like New York, New Jersey kind of like reggae thing happening, so that's cool. That's what I'm into right now.
How do you pass the time when you're traveling between all these places?
Drugs, lots of drugs. Really, what do we do? I mean, the guys wander off. Everyone wanders off. They find, record shops, bookstores. England, the Indian food is awesome, so we'll try and grab a curry, stuff like that. Yeah, man, I'm down to like have some pints and hang out with some folks for a show. Everyone wants to check their email and do shit like that. We've been into like, sound check, but we use sound check as rehearsal. Right now we're writing stuff, so we didn't get a chance to today because it was hectic. We have to keep our bus like a mile away from where the club is, but we try and load in and use sound check to like go over new songs and stuff like that. And it's a routine. It's like a day at the office. Some days nothing much happens. You get up, you do your thing, you try and find a shower, eat some food, maybe a sound check, you check some email, eat some food, and then it's showtime, and it's like,
And who were the last time that you saw live sort of out of pleasure rather than because you were playing with them?
I mean, besides the Skints, there was a couple other, we played with some other bands the past few nights, and of course I've forgotten, but I feel really guilty. But Peter and the Test Tube Babies the other night, man, one of those bands growing up I never thought I'd see, and saw them in like a pub in like Brighton, which is like their hometown, and fucking well. I'm still finding like bruises on me and shit, and I'm like look at my back, there's like a footprint, and I'm like, so it was good, man. Yeah, I like had a good time with that. We played an early show, and they played at the pub like 10 blocks away or something like that, and it was just like they played after us. They were just starting when we got in there. It was free, so it was a good way to let off some steam after a show. Not that a show isn't a good way, but it was like a lot of fun. I was like, holy shit, man, I have this record, they're playing the song right now. It's like, and I'm not in some fucking club for fucking knuckleheads in New York, it's like, there was knuckleheads there, but I wasn't getting like, assaulted, so, mildly anyway, so.
I had a similar experience a couple of weekends ago. We went to watch the Specials on
their
reunion gig.
How are they?
They were fucking amazing.
Awesome. We're playing with them in like a week or so in Leeds. So I've heard nothing but like good reviews. Everyone's so sweating. Good. So that's awesome.
More importantly, they all look like they're having a good time.
Which is hopefully they should be, and they're not just doing it to get money, but they're really into it. And Terry, Jerry didn't want to do it, but I DJ'd with Jerry Dammers in London about maybe almost 3 years ago at this place down in Camberwell in South London called Red Star. It's not there anymore, I don't think. This great, awesome club. It just made a reggae punk, like anarchist club. You just smoke weed in there. They would sell like whippets. I guess we got like nitrous, but we call them whippets in the US, for like 2 pounds. They like give you a balloon full of nitrous at the bar. And it was just like, you just hang out. We just did this late night after show party. We did a set there, and then we DJ'd till like dawn, and like, it was like DJing with Jerry Dammers, and like, I didn't have headphones and shit. He was like, alright, use he hung out for like 2 extra hours because I was using his headphones, so he just sat there, and we just bullshitted and, took the piss out of the crowd while we were DJing and shit, so it was a lot of fun, man, so. Hopefully he's doing his thing. He has awesome records, by the way. He spins fucking amazing. Everything from like Scatolites to like Digital Steppers and all that kind of shit. He has amazing records. All vinyl, cool shit.
So definitely someone to check out.
Yeah, definitely. If you see him DJing anywhere, go check him out. He has wicked taste in records.